Hi Aquarius, this is your December 2018 reading. I believe 2018 was the most significant year for your sign Aquarius because we had the longest eclipse of the century in your sign. We had South Node stationed in your sign for the last one and a half years for the first time in 19 years. We had Mars closest to Earth in a decade in your sign for 6 months of 2018. We had Jupiter and Neptune come together, igniting new inspiration, igniting new changes, igniting new expansion and opportunities in your career sector for the last time in 150 years. It was a pivotal years. It was a pivotal year in terms of leaving your old life behind and starting a new one. When Mars comes in our sign for the first time in a decade for 6 months, it sort of axes us out. It axes us out from our old life. It asks us to stand up for ourselves, to state our needs clearly to people, to assert ourselves to some extent, even act out of our character to some extent, to ask for what we truly want in our relationships, in our partnerships, in our career. And when we do that, there is an ending of sorts that comes with it because South Node was with it. So there was a letting go of an old part of you which was not sort of letting you go to the next stage of growth. So it was about giving up an old side of you so you can begin a completely new chapter in 2019 with your new moon on February 4th, 2019, when I believe that the final new start, whether it is a career change that you're doing or a business partnership change that you're doing, or you're launching something in the social network at a much wider scale, all of that is starting in 2019, I believe, from February of 2019. Before that, you have a eclipse which is happening in your 12th house for the last time in January, on 21st of January 2019, which I believe is about letting go. It's about ending the old cycle. You're ending a old partnership, whether it is a business relationship or a committed partnership or a separation of sort from somebody. You're axing your old life out, and you're in process of doing that right now, mentally, physically. I believe it will take you at least till April or May of 2019 to psychologically detach yourself from this old way of being, to psychologically sort of move away that life has ended, that you thought would be yours. But it's an ending of sort. It's an ending of an era. It's ending of a decade of sorts, which is happening for you. So it will take you time to get over it, at least till April or May of 2019, when we'll have Saturn, Pluto, and South Node coming together for the first time in since 15th century, which will sort of psychologically cut you off from that life, where you sort of get the realization that that's not me anymore. And the last 1.5 years have sort of educated you on what you want. It has sort of woken you up to your destiny, woken you up to your passions. It has woken you up to the fact that you want more out of your partnerships, whether these are business partnership or relationships. You want more out of them. You want to be somebody who's known for something, who gets their whole talent, whole passions, whole sort of inner being to their career as well as to their relationship, who does not want to be taken for granted, who does not want to be sort of taken as one of the crowd. You want to stand out for your talents. You're Aquarius. Aquarius are the most brilliant of the signs. You want to stand out for your intelligence, for your smartness, for your wit, for your ability to look at everything in the most unique way. So, your unique perspective needs to be appreciated in your relationships as well as your business partnerships. And you realize that fact over the last 1.5 years, that you have something unique to contribute to the world and you need to be valued for it. And now you're sort of bringing that whole cycle to an end, so you can start a new one. Jupiter has entered your 11th house, so 2019 will be a lot about creating new business network, creating a new support system in your friends, in your business network, creating new sponsors for you who would support you in this new start. It's also, if you are starting a new business or you're starting an online site, or a way to reach out a large set of people, it's the time to create a new fan base, and you'll get an immense amount of opportunities to create this fan base. In fact, on 26th of November, you would have felt the first inspiration to do it as well, of how should I create a wider set of network to whom I can launch myself, whether it is through a social network, one of the networking sites, or your own website that you're setting up to sort of reach out to a wider set of network, or simply you are starting to connect with these new people who you need to work with in 2019 to make this new venture, make this new life, to make this new partnership a success. 2019 will be very much about nurturing this new start. You'll be working on your routines. You'll be fixing and getting your health into shape. You'll be getting your body into shape. 2019 is very much about treating your body like a temple. You'll be focusing on nurturing your body very, very well, because in 2020 Saturn will be in your sign. Saturn is your ruler, so hard work is not something that is alien to you. So it will come with its hard work over the course of next 1.5 years, which you are prepared for. When we start something new, we know we have to dedicate our whole being into it. But what else Saturn brings with it when it enters our sign, especially if you're an Aquarius sun, is that it brings about a test of health in 2020, and you'll feel that in 2020, 2021. So 2019 will be very much about building the right routines, building the right health routines for you, and the work-life balance to some extent for you to manage your health. And in that vein, we have a full moon happening at the end of this month on 22nd of December in your house of day-to-day routines of your health, day-to-day routines of your career. So you'll sort of, it's the right month to start setting those up. At the same time, as I said, you're sort of creating a new network. So in December, you're getting the inspiration to do that as well. We have Jupiter and Mercury coming together for the first time in 12 years on 21st of December 2019. They were together also on 26th or 27th of November. This is about infusing new faith in your future, infusing new faith in your hopes and dreams. If you do not know what this big start for you is supposed to be, this is the time when you get the inspiration for it. Or if you already know what is this new chapter that you're about to begin in 2019, the new partnership that you're about to begin, this is the time to get the right launch pad for it, whether it is with the right network of people, right network of friends who are going along with you, or the right business network or the online platform that you need to use to launch this new start for you. And 21st of December is the right day. It's the most lucky day to launch something at a wider scale. If you're launching a website, you're launching something that reaches out to a larger set of network, 21st of December is the time to do it. It's also the time to sort of put the seeds down. This is the month when you're putting the seeds down of your hopes and dreams. You're visualizing how my 2019 is supposed to grow, because we have a new moon happening on 7th of December in your hopes and dreams sector. You're sort of creating these new this new seeds which are going to sprout in 2019, because Jupiter will go through the degree of this new moon 3 times in 2019. So the seeds that you're planting now, they will grow threefold in 2019. So December is the time to sort of put your roots down in terms of your routines, in terms of what you want to do in 2019, what are your hopes and dreams. Put down the right set of people who will go along with you, the right business network that will go along with you, and sort of get ready to some extent. You will go into working behind the scene till I believe most of January as well. So working behind the scene is sort of getting all this set up, getting all this set up. And if you need to launch something which is online in nature, 21st of December is the best day to do it. The second thing to take care of apart from all this is your health in December. Take care of your health routine, set up the right health routine. So this is sort of the overview. Now I'll go through the details of this month, and I'll leave timestamps in the comments so you can come back to the specific portions of the reading during the course of the month. Thank you. So, as we start the month, we have both Mercury and Venus in your 10th house. So, the focus is very much mentally as well as psychologically and emotionally on your career. You're looking at finding new depth in your career. You're looking to find something that is more authentic to you. Now, whether you have already decided to take a jump or not, you're psychologically getting to one side of the road at the start of the month. You're sort of deciding what makes me feel more authentic in terms of what I do and what is the way to be, what kind of authority figure I want to be, what kind of wardrobe I want to be when I go to work. You're looking at all aspects of your career and revamping your career inside out in the first 10 days of the month. It is not a great time for the first 10 days of the month to start a new job. It is not a great time to apply for a new job, but it is a great time to redo things in your career, whether it is renegotiating your pay, asking for promotion in your existing job, revamping your image as an authority figure, refreshing how you look at your career. It is a good time to redo things in your career and sort of revamp yourself and even research to some extent. If you're looking at a career change, it is a good time to research what kind of jobs you want to go into and what do you want to achieve. What makes you happy? Are you happy with what you do or not in terms of your career? The first 10 days of the month, especially till 6th of December, they're best spent in reviewing things versus taking off. It will be the time when you'll feel instinctively very clear that you want to leave an old cycle and start a new one, because Venus is meeting Uranus for the last time and the third time in the last couple of months. So you've been rethinking your career for a couple of months now, how to revamp it, how to sort of restart something that is more deep, more authentic, more passionate to you. So now that you've sort of made up your mind, you're clear in it, whether you have taken a very clear step in that direction or you've psychologically made up your mind, you'll be looking to get away from an old cycle in your career. You'll be looking to getting away from an old cycle of old thoughts, of old skill sets to some extent as well. You're leaving behind your old acquaintances when you're moving into this new chapter in your career. And because of that, you need new friends, you need new network, you need new supporters. And that's where the new moon on 7th of December comes into picture. The 7th of December new moon is about creating new business networks, creating your tribe, creating your new set of people who'll support you in this new journey that you're going into. If you have not gone into a new job, it is the time to infuse fresh energy into your hopes and dreams and think about new goals. New moon of 7th of December is very directional. It's very actional because it's happening in a fire sign. You'll feel fired up, and Mars is squaring that new moon on 7th of December. So you'll feel very charged up in the first half of the month to make the requisite changes in your life. As I said, the first 6-7 days, even 10 days of the month, it's better to hold off on starting something new which is related to your business network, which is related to your career. It is a better time to think of strategy, to work behind the scene, to revamp, to redo at this point in time and start something after 10th of December. The best day to start something new, if you're starting an online business or you're starting a new network or you're reaching out to somebody who you want to really connect with and who needs to be very influential in terms of your goals in future, it's better to do it around 19th, 20th and 21st of December when Mercury and Jupiter are meeting each other. But you'll feel at the very least an infusion of fresh energy into your hopes and dreams. This is a very optimistic and forward looking new moon. It is looking at financial abundance. It is looking at a new set of people who can go into your sort of putting the seeds of new financial abundance at this time, because Mars has entered your financial sector for the first time after a long time, because for the last 6 months Mars was working on you. It was working on changing you. It was working on taking you out of an old situation so you can be launched into a new one. Now is the time to reap the benefits of it all. Mars in second house is about creating the financial abundance, creating something that is going to be more fulfilling from a self-worth perspective to you. So Mars is squaring this new moon. At the same time, Mars would want to speed up things. As I said, the first 10 days of the month, Mercury is retrograde. Communication might be compromised to some extent. So if you have to connect with new people at this time, just be careful in terms of your social image, in terms of your words, in terms of your words having an edge to some extent at this point in time. So just be maybe check your email, check your written communication, check your verbal communication a little bit before they come out for the first 10 days of the month. But Sun in 11th house and a new moon over there is about Sun and Moon coming together to expand your goals, putting new value into your work. You're looking at a participation, a social participation at a much grander scale. The thing is, Jupiter is not the participant in this new moon yet, but it will be in 2019. So what you're starting right now might feel something small. It might be a small contact, it might be just a chance meeting with somebody, it might be a new friendship that you forge, it might be a small site or at a small scale you've started something. But Jupiter will revisit this new moon in 2019 around your new moon in February. That is the time when this will grow. This will grow exponentially in 2019. Don't underestimate this new moon. The ideas, the goals, the thought process, the inspiration that you're getting during this new moon will grow significantly and become a focus for you in 2019, because Jupiter will revisit this point 3 times in 2019. So this will grow many fold. So be careful in terms of who are you coming across, who are the people you are networking with, and reach out to people after 10th of December. Reach out to new networks, forge new partnerships. It's the time to meet people. It's a social time. You are a social sign. You're best at networking. This is your house. This is your strength. This is about joining new networks, forming new network sponsors. This is also happening at 15 degree, which is sort of the degree when the untamed becomes the tamed. So if you have been all over the place in terms of your hopes and dreams, it's the time to focus it as well. It is the time to direct your energy in a specific direction. And it's happening around 15 degrees of Sagittarius. So if you have any planets between 10 to 20 degree of Aquarius, or if you're born between 31st of Jan to 9th of Feb as an Aquarius sun, I'll request you to launch something new in December, around second half of December. This will be really great for you. I can't emphasize that enough. It's happening at a time when Mercury is also going direct. So 6th of December is when Mercury is going direct. So Mercury will be very strong at this time. You'll feel the strong urge to speak to people. Hold off for a day or two. You might not feel the right clarity in your mind on 7th of December to have that discussion. So wait for a day or two to have that discussion, because Neptune is squaring this new moon. You need more clarity. There's a lot of imagination. There is a lot of good spiritual food at that time to do creative work. But to launch it and speak it to people, wait for a day or two. Neptune squaring this full moon and Neptune coming together with Mars is about having the energy to put your hopes and dreams to actual reality. It's about bringing your imagination to reality. So if you've been imagining to do certain creative work, you've been imagining to create a website, you've been imagining to do certain, write something down to paper, this will bring that to reality. It's the time to bring that to reality and bring that to a large set of people in turn. We also have Chiron turning direct on 9th of December. This is about you healing yourself from the need for being appreciated by other people. We have spent last 6 months in trying to create our new worth. It's the time to get over the fact, because in this new chapter, you'll be interacting with very different people. You'll be interacting with foreign people. You'll be interacting with people at a much larger scale. It's the time to get out of the mindset of wanting to be appreciated by them, because in this phase, everybody is not, you'll be very popular, but everybody may not agree with your point of view. So 9th of December is the time to go a little bit inward and be okay with not being liked by everybody. It's sort of a time when we are getting over the need to be liked. We're taking care of business, what kind of leader you want to be. You're sort of bringing your heart and desire to what kind of leader you want to be at a larger scale. But at the same time, you have to go a little bit inward and figure out that I do not want the next chapter to be where I'm pleasing others. It's the time to please me. So from now till Feb, we have Chiron in this house for the last time in a long time. It's the time to heal your self esteem. It's the time to get the confidence you need to get into this chapter. Mercury will be moving into Sagittarius after that on 12th of December. I think the energy after 12th of December, you'll feel it in your bones after 11th or 12th of December. And it happens, right? It's the time to do that. The social time begins after 11th or 12th of December, but it's also the time you'll feel more focused. You'll feel more focused to make concrete plans to start something new actually. When Mercury going direct, so you can think clearly, it's the time to connect with friends. It's the time to connect with the network. It's the time to put down your goals to work to some extent, even to use your work to enlighten a larger set of audience. If you've been working something behind the scene, it's the time to bring it out to the audience. If there are people, friends especially, who might have got hurt because of some sort of disconnect that happened during Mercury retrograde over the course of 16th of November to 6th of December, it's the time to make up with the friends, reconnecting with your friends to some extent. If there has been any fight, any discussion, any ego fights that might have happened during the Mercury retrograde period between end of November to start of December. On 16th of December, I find it a joke of nature, but 16th, 17th of December, towards the end of the year, is when is the best time to some extent in terms of focusing your vision. Because Venus is meeting Saturn, and that's the time you'll feel so focused to put down stable financial growth, stable career growth plans into focus. It's the time to research. It's the time to sort of invest to some extent. If you have a business investment that you've been thinking to do, around 16th, 17th of December is the best time to do it. You'll feel very intense, very goal oriented. You'll be looking to tackle tough projects at this time. You'll be standing up for yourself. You'll feel confident. You'll feel strong in your core in the second half of the month. You'll be working on something that is going to pay you off in future. So if there is something in hiding that you're sort of working behind the scene for 2019, second half of the month is a better time to sort of bring into action, meet the right people, and tackle certain tough aspects of that project to some extent. 20th of December is when Sun and Uranus are meeting each other. It's a time to try something different. As I said, 20th, 21st is the best time to launch something at the wider network, because Sun and Uranus are meeting together. You're ready to try something different. You're ready to reach out to a wide set of network with a different point of view at this point in time. Even from 17th of December, you'll feel this coming out of you. As Mercury is direct, you're talking more and more with more set of people. You'll feel that you can launch something completely unique to a wide set of audience. Your talents which are unique to wide set of audience. And 21st of December is also the time, 20th and 21st of December, when Venus and Neptune are working together. It's creative, inspirational, it's relaxing. It's a great time to be with your loved ones. 21st is also a great date night to some extent. So if it's not work which is your focus, it's not networking that's your focus, it's an excellent time to spend some time with your loved ones. You'll feel the optimism, you'll feel the broad-mindedness. You know that 2019 has a broader horizon waiting for you. It's a time also to negotiate something. So if you have you're hiring somebody, or you're getting into a partnership with somebody, or you're creating a new network and you want to negotiate something, 20th and 21st is a great time to do it. But I would make a wish, honestly. It's a big plan day. It's a time when something at a larger scale should be launched by you. Reach out to somebody who you thought you would not be able to access around that time, after around 19th, 20th, 21st. Reach out to somebody who you thought you would not be able to reach out normally. Then on 22nd of December, we enter Capricorn season, which is a time to be behind the scene. Year is coming to a closure. The whole big year is coming to a closure for you. It's a time to review, let go, recharge spiritually and physically, getting ready for your new moon of 4th of February 2019. So for the next 1 month you'll be working behind the scene, but what you would be working on is, in my view, setting up the right routines, because you have a full moon happening in your day-to-day routine, work and health routine on 22nd of December itself. You're looking to set up something concrete. You're making a change in your career, because normally a full moon at 1 degree of Cancer in your 6th house comes with a change in career. So you're making a change in your work environment, whether it is through change in your job, change in your project, change in the place of working. You're making a definite step to change your work routine to some extent. But at the same time, you know it will not be a success without making a change in your health routine. This is an excellent time to get organized. This is an excellent time to start a new diet. It is an excellent time to start a new career to some extent, because Cancer is, North Node in Cancer is the focus for next year. You will be establishing complete new way of routine for next year. You'll be taking care of yourself. You will be bringing your life in balance and order after a very major year. 2019 is about bringing your life back into balance, and this full moon is telling you to sort of put, in symbolic astrology, it's shown as a man who's changing the flag on the pole. It's about change of allegiance. It's about changing of direction. It's about changing the old way of being and valuing you more in 2019. Your appearance, your health, your diet, that will come into sharp focus right now. Saturn in 12th and Pluto in 12th is stirring your deep subconscious issues. So it's also the time to detox your insides. It's a balance of taking care of yourself and balancing the need to please others, which comes into focus. It's not about so much as pleasing others, it's about how much are you taking care of yourself versus taking care of others. The next 1 month you need to recharge, because come February things are going to go very, very fast for you. Even end of January you'll feel that things are just moving too quickly for you, and it's sort of a time you need to give yourself to recharge, to spiritually be ready for a very different 2019 that you're going to experience. 2018 was sort of when we were just waiting for the other shoe to drop. But that's not how 2019 is supposed to be. 2019 will be about taking care of yourself. It will be about establishing deep roots for you, bringing your life into order. And you'll feel that right off the bat on 22nd of December that a new balanced phase in your life is starting. And in the end of the year, around 28th of December, if you want to do something in terms of researching something deep, after 27th, don't focus on anything between 24th to 27th of December, not just because it's Christmas season. That's the time Mercury and Neptune are working together, so your mind will not be very focused. It's a great time for creative ventures, but not for doing any detailed work between 24th to 27th of December. And at the end of the month, you can do that. On 28th of December, Venus and Pluto are working together. It's about intensity and it's about depth. You'll feel very, very intense to go after your goals. At the same time, you'll feel intense that you want to be the authority figure in 2019. You do not want to be taken for granted in 2019. So with that, we'll start the new year. Happy New Year to all of you and a Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you have a great holiday season with your family. I have started my services for 2019 and you can look at the details of that in the comment columns and in the details column. Thank you.